Hello, how are we all? Alright, I'll get into the right screen once I know everything's working. Microphone is working. All that good stuff is working. Right, let's go into full screen. Rightio, so today I'm going to be showing you all this new cooking station. We've made a few updates and we're pretty happy with it. It's got some new features for cooking with. Looks pretty neat. Before you used to have to scroll down and put your mouse over every item you wanted to use. Now it's pretty much a beautiful menu. So I'll open this up now for you. We've also made it less confusing. You get instead of a double click notice, it will tell you when the HUD's ready to tap on. So it's just one single click. Hopefully it reduces a lot of the problems we've had with people not able to use a cooking station. Might have to move this over a little bit so you guys can see it, if it lets me. I'll move it over here, there we go. Right, so this is the new window. I'll make it a little bit larger. 2 times that way. There we go. Righto, so this is basically the ingredients you have in your inventory. No longer do you have them down the bottom here where you have to scroll and put your mouse over it. So in here, this part here, you've got what your recipe is going to do. So it shows, instead of guesswork with the energy bar and the health bar, you've got actual numbers. Alright, tells you what level your recipe is based on how many ingredients you've added and how much crafting experience you will earn to craft it. And you can select whether you're making a food or a drink and how many you want to make. So let's start with explaining how this new recipe book here works. So if you click on recipe book, you've got all the recipes that you personally know as a cook. Alright, now how this works is, I am going to click some recipes. You click on your recipe and it will tell you what ingredients you need. If they're red, it means you have not got the ingredients in your inventory at all. If they are yellow, so this fish one, means you have got the ingredient in your recipe, you have got the ingredient in your inventory, but you haven't got enough of them. I need 50 fish. I've probably got some fish, but I haven't got enough fish. Now, I don't think I've got any recipes that I can make right now, but let's make one from scratch. Click on the ingredient you want, and then here you will add how many you'd like to add to your cooking recipe. 1. Straight away it tells me this one's going to give me 1 health, 5 hunger. Right, it's an unknown recipe, meaning someone hasn't cooked fish on its own. Or actually, if I click check recipe, it tells me it is a cooked fish. Someone has come up with this, right? So I can cook this and go from there. I can always add more to it, so let's add a bit of butter and see if someone's made fried fish, for example. Check recipe. I've created a new recipe. How interesting. So now you get to name it and add a description. That's interesting that no one's done that before. Submit the recipe. There's a lot of typing errors here that need fixing. Alright, so we'll scribe the recipe. I've probably crashed it. Looks like I've crashed it. I might close it and see if it has remembered the recipe. Close that, reopen it. let that load, click once. Let's go. It's a shame it hasn't remembered my position of the screen. Alright, let's try again. Fish, 1. Butter, 1. Check recipe. And I want it to be a food. Yep, check recipe. I'll try again. Fried fish, simple fried fish recipe with butter. Submit recipe, and okay, scribing. I'll give it a couple seconds, and if it doesn't go through, then so be it. I'll just cook it without checking it. Doesn't look like it's going to work. If it did, it would have done so. Let's try cooking it without checking the recipe. I bet you if I cook it though without checking the recipe, it's going to give me the same issue. Otherwise I'll just do fish on its own, since I don't need to scribe it. But obviously we'll have that little bug fixed before. Let's just do fish on its own because I know that is a working recipe. And it's food and check recipe. Fish on its own, just cook fish. Let's craft it. Craft recipe. There we go. Cooking away. Ready to go. Let's put some more music on. Almost there. Here we go, got the fish ready to go. Let's collect my fish. Beautiful fish. Done. So that's basically how it works. Nice and easy. You can of course use your recipes from here if you don't want to open a HUD at all. And any known recipes you've got that you have learnt, you can just cook straight from here. Alright, and obviously you won't remember recipes unless you're a cook. Okay, so if you're just any other profession and you cook something and you come up with a recipe, yes, you will invent the recipe, but you will have to remember the ingredients. You have to write it down. It won't store in your book until you become a chef, a cook, sorry, and make the recipe that way. Alright, so I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.